Hello friends, this is Ganesh. Hope you are doing good. And this is the video number 1 on ALV reports. I plan to have a separate playlist for this ALV. I have received a few more requests as well for to doing the ALV report. So let's start with the first basic video on ALV. What is ALV and what are the basic parameters we need to provide to the relevant function module which generates an ALV report. And then we'll walk through about the standard design of ALV. Normally we call it as SLIS, like type pools, and how they designed it, what are the fields they involved in it, and then slowly go through the options in the function module. What are the options? Like mandatorily we need some options to generate an ALV, and we'll see what are the other options like sorting option, filter option, how to use that. And function module is they have a lot of parameters. The function module which create a ALV which has a lot of parameters, that might be a boolean type or work area or internal table. So we'll see everything on this particular video. We'll walk through the SLIS type group as well, type pool as well, and then slowly we'll just move on to interactive ALV, editable ALV with different options, and how to handle or how to have the standard ALV toolbars like menus, tool menus in our custom ALV report. And then different types of ALVs like blocked ALV and the function modules, a lot of function modules which support ALV. We have merge, we have ALV list, we have ALV grid. So we'll see everything one by one, and then we'll include the object oriented concept also to generate an ALV report. Okay, so mostly I try to cover most of the options which related to ALV in this playlist. Okay, so let's get into the slide first. So ALV is nothing but ABAP list viewer. You might aware of it. So if you take ABAP, you have different types of reports. Basically, you have ABAP report and ALV report. So basic report is it's a blank one. If you want to, it's a blank one, and if you want to have whatever you want, you need write statement to design your output report. That is okay if you want to convey some messages to the customer or the end users. What happened after running a report? What happened? Like it's successfully updated, and these are the reports. Very minimal amount of data. Prefer to go with a normal ABAP report. But the user requires a huge data volume of a report, and they want to see the report very easily. And we need to provide some options along with that report, like filtering, sorting, summation, and hiding options. They want at least 25 to 50 columns, and it may be a huge volume of data. So it's look like an Excel type of report. User is comfortable to just analyze the data of the report. Sorry. Yeah, those kind of informations the user required is kind of Excel kind of thing. So it's very easy for them to analyze the data. So in that case, we always prefer ALV report. Okay, because ALV report, the design is ready, the template is ready, and we need to just use the template and just fit whatever data you have, and you have to fit, okay, first column I want this, second column I want this is editable, this is not editable. So those things only we are going to give the information. So as a developer, what we are going to give is we are going to utilize the template or design from SAP and make sure this is going to be fit in this place. So that is the only part from the developer we have to do. We are not going to design anything. Everything is predefined, everything is available. Okay, so writing an ALV report code from our perspective is not a big deal. It's very simple to write it. So before reaching the ALV report, you have to organize your data. So that is the normal basic thing if you take any report. So make sure the final data is ready in your program. Once it is ready, then we are going to use the ALV design based on the requirement. Okay, so in that case, we go with the ALV report. If the user wants the Excel format, very detailed report, go with the ALV report. And ABAP report is very simple. Just pass a message based on the program's output, then go with ABAP report. And if you come to ALV report, and we have few things to be make sure we are understanding correctly. And we have a standard format. I'm saying the design is ready. So technically we call it as SLIS. It's a type group or type pool. And inside the type pool, they have full of structures, and the structure is nothing but fields. At the end, every column is associated with the field. Okay, so they design in that way. So we should aware of it, and we should walk through that SLIS and what are the structures available, what are the table types available, how they declared it. So once you understand, it's very simple for you to declare our own internal table to hold the ALV data or hold the data to make the ALV design. Okay. And then standard function module, which requires to generate an ALV, we have two standard function modules which we are going to see today. List and grid. There are two different types of ALV also you might have seen. So the list and grid, and we have two different function model for that. So standard function module. Apart from this two, we have a lot of other function model which supports ALV. We'll see one by one. And then standard types. So types, that what I'm saying, it's list or grid we are going to see today. And a default function from standard menu. So how to get the default functions, because if you take ALV report, standard ALV report, it has a default menus, GUI state as I'm talking about. So which has its own menu bars, which has its own application toolbar button, sorting, summation, filtering, sub filters, and many things. So how we can use that for our custom ALV report also. So that also you have to make sure. So once you are clear about this, then generating an ALV report is very simple. And then types, which I already mentioned, list and grid, and these are the two function module which we are going to use today, ALV list and ALV grid display function modules. And structures. So few parameters which we have to aware of it in the previous function models, list and grid, and these three are okay, let's take these two. Either one is mandatory, either structure or field catalog, or this is mandatory. IT output is mandatory. Okay, so either one of this you have to use it. First one is I structure name. It's nothing but I want to display the entire table. It may be a custom or standard. For example, if you take Mara table, so there is no restriction in the column field from the client side. I want to display the entire columns, like 250 or 300 columns there. Yes, they want to see everything. Or if it is a custom table, we have 15 columns, they want to see all the 15 columns, then we can go with directly with the structure. Okay, so structure, dictionary structure name, it be a table or a structure, whatever it is, you have to give that name. And this is the technical, not technical, what do you call data element or structure. It refers to tab name. So this parameter refers to tab name, because we need to know this actually. Every parameter, under every parameter there is a structure. It could be a variable, it could be a table type, whatever it is, we need to aware, because based on that we have to create our own data medium, right? So we have to aware of that. Another one is field catalog. So out of 15, user wants only 11, and they have their own what do you call, requirement for each field. One is editable, one is not editable, kind of. Then you have to design our own ALV format. So we will not go with all the 15 columns of any structure or any table. In that case, you have to use this particular internal table parameter. Okay, so this is kind of a work area, or sorry, it's not a work area. It's kind of what do you call the variable, just a parameter. Okay, and this is a parameter is nothing but internal table parameter. So IT field card, it's like an internal table. So you have to design how this ALV report should be. Okay, and this is going to refer a table type. Whenever you field SLIS, mostly start with SLIS, all the ALV related start with SLIS, and if there is a T after that, it's a table type. If there is no T, that is not a table type, it's a structure. You may have seen, or you may see this particular structure as SLIS underscore field cat underscore ALV as well. So you have a structure also, and this is a table type. And T underscore out tab, it's a tables normally, and here it's an internal table which has data. So this is a generic data type. That's what I mentioned here is table, because depends on your design, it will going to accept it. So sometimes I want Mara, sometimes I want a purchase order, sometimes a custom table. So it's not going to be refer anything specific. So it's going to be a generic data type, just a table, any table, like how you design a field symbols, kind of field symbols here. Okay, so it's just a generic type. Whatever is coming in the runtime, it's adapt. So these, okay, either one or this is minimum parameter is required to generate an ALV report. Okay, so without any additional informations. Few things, these are optional, depends on your need, you can use it. Why I choose only these is normally we used more on this in real time. Layout, suppose I want some design in my layout, so like not very commonly we use a zebra layout, so each what do you call line is a different color like light blue and dark blue kind of. So that in that case, if you want to give some additional design, we use this parameter. IS underscore layout is a work area. Okay, so this is going to be SLIS layout ALV. This is going to be the reference of this particular structure. IT sort, you know, it's IT, so it's an internal table. So a few identification from standard SAP itself. This refers work area. This is for internal table. This is for parameters. Even structure name is also start with I, and here also start with I. So very simple to understand. And IT sort is for sorting order. I want my entire report is going to be sorted based on this field, could be ascending or descending. Okay, and why it's in an internal table, you may have more than one. So first I want to sort by field 1, then field 2, then field 3. Yes, it's possible because this is an internal table. Okay, and this is going to be refer a table type SLIS underscore T underscore sort info underscore ALV. Another one is filter. So these are default. While executing a program, the report comes with this sorting order. Default parameters I'm saying. Same for filter also. Default filter I have to implement it. Yes, then you can go ahead with this parameter. This is also internal table and it refers SLIS T filter ALV. I save, it's a saving a layout options, you know, in layout, in ALV we have different layouts, we are able to save it. Yes, if that is the case, you have to enable this parameter, and this is a variable kind of parameter. So it's a Boolean type, yes or no, like equal to empty or equal to save, equal to X. So these are optional parameters. Like this, you have a lot of parameters available in ALV list or ALV grid function modules. Okay, what is next? Okay, few things I will go through in the structure in the system as well. This IT field catalog has few lot of fields, and few are we use frequently. Row position, column position. My field, the first field, this one, for example, material. I'm going to keep material here, material type here, then material description here. So I need to design this. It's a custom design, so I have to design it. For that, we are going to use few parameters. What is the row position, column position of your field? This is going to be for every field. Every field you have to write this very clearly. And then field name, which field name, like technical name, what you given in your internal table, that is very important, like material number or MATNR. And then table name is nothing but internal table name, which internal table name you prefer or you refer to where the data is. So type table name. And checkbox, if it is required, yes, I want to enable a checkbox for my first row or first column of my ALV report. So then you need this checkbox. So these are optional, depends on your need, you can use it. Justification, alignment. So this particular field is going to be aligned in left or right or middle. So in that case, you have to use the parameter called just. Okay, and then output length. What is the output length on my first field, second field, or every field? So it depends on, right? Material number mostly is 20, and material description could be 40. And then selection text medium. What is the text you want? Column text. So you have actually three things: short, medium, and long. And this parameter will take care of it. And then lowercase, I want this to be in the lowercase, so you have to enable lowercase equal to X. So these are some frequently used fields coming under IT field catalog. Just design your ALV report. Yeah, that's it. So let's get into the system. This is the program which I'm going to generate an ALV. So first I'm going to generate a very simple ALV without a field catalog. So I'm going to refer the structure which is available in my data dictionary. So I need an internal table which holds the data. Type table of Mara, and let me have the data in it. Mara into table IT Mara. Okay, that's it. So I'm not doing anything in custom design over here. So let me call the function module directly. So reuse ALV list. Okay. And here I'm going to use the structure parameter. It's coming under exporting. So let me take out this. So it's easy for understanding. Whatever parameters which you are not using, just delete it. Okay. And these are the parameters which I have explained: layout, field catalog, sorting, filtering, save, and yeah, that's it. And then a table. So this is mandatory. So that is the reason it's not commented. So let me comment whichever is not required for this example. Even importing all those not required. So I need just a structure name, Mara, and the date, the internal table which has the data. Okay. So exceptions, it's preferable. Just enable it and write a code whatever is required over here. That's it. To generate an ALV list display, we need a function module called ALV list, and it's Mara internal table. Suppose if you want your own custom table, just give the custom table name here. October dot, excuse me, and execute. So this is the output, ALV output. So nothing much here to explain. It comes all the column. It's not all the column because it's a list output. Okay, and yeah, you can play around with this. You might seen in SE16 also, and its advantages, it has coming by default with a lot of options like Excel, summation, sorting, filtering. So everything is coming in that ALV report. So that's what most of the business needs, ALV report, if the data volume is huge. And if you want to change to grid, 90% times it works. If you change like this, right? No, yeah. Sometimes, very rarely, some parameters are quite different between list and grid. So it's advisable is if you want to use grid, better go to Control F6, take the grid function module, call the grid function module, and assign the values to it. Okay, but for training or just to a checking, it works. Definitely, it works. So if I just change to list to grid, I want the grid output. So here you go. So some changes in the format and the functionality wise as well. So if you want to move this, and you can move right away, and it's not possible in list. So user more comfortable with grid than list. Okay, and as a developer, it's advisable always go with the grid. It's more options for the end users. Okay, so these are the two things which we are using in ALV, very basic ALV report: list or grid. Okay, and then few options which we can use it now, which is going to use now. Okay, so first thing is I'm going to create a custom design for my grid. So it's going to be a structure. I don't want structure. They want only 3 or 5 fields. So then I need to start build my own ALV design level. No, I mean, template is available. So I'm going to say you have a lot of template, but I want only 3 or 4, depends on I'm going to use it. So for that, we need to create another internal table which holds our comments, like what is the row position, what is the column position, and what is the editable options if you want anything, justification, output length, field name, everything is going to be over there only. So for that, I need my internal table. So I can going to create an internal table. It's like IT ALV design type table of, or you can go with the type, because as I showed you, it's actually a table type. So I can directly use type field catalog. I'm not sure am I correct. 1 minute. Okay, it's field cat underscore ALV. Yeah, that's it. So my table, what do you call, body of an internal table is ready. So obviously we need a work area for this. So data work area ALV design. So now you can go with SLIS field catalog, field cat ALV. So as I mentioned, mostly you have these two. If there is a table type, definitely it has a structure without T. Okay, let's see that one. Just double click, it will take you to the type, yeah, type group SLIS. Okay, so this is the table type and this is your structure. Okay, and get into the structure because we need to see how it designed. And here they have two more include structures. Okay, let's double click. One more include one, that's fine, let's double click. So here you have, so these are the fields which we are going to use to design our own custom format of the ALV. Okay, what is the row position, column position, these all are optional, depends on your need, you can make use of it. Okay, field catalog, what happens if sometimes, why I'm saying all optional means you can ignore it, sometimes it not work as expected, or sometimes time is go to a dump as well. Okay, so that what, it's all optional, whenever whatever you record you can make use of it. Row position, column position, field name, tab name, mostly we used. Currency field name, tab name, currently we are not going to use that one. And then quantity field, round, exponent, if you want a key, if you want an icon, particular one, if you want a symbol. So these are like key field, like boolean types, yes, no types. Okay, justification, and then edit mask, if you want to edit mask, if you want to do some particular column, and then selection text, long, medium, and short. Okay, so whenever you have a doubt whether this particular functionality is able to, we are able to fit in the ALV, just come down to the very down level and see the fields, whether this particular structure has a fields or not to accommodate your own requirement. If yes, you can make use of it. Okay, that's it. Let me go back, go back, go back one more time. Yes, so now I'm going to design my first field. So what is the first field design? Row position. So over here, so this is going to be 1. So row position is the constant one. So people prefer to go with the subroutine or macros because this is going to be repeated at least 5 or 7 lines for one particular column. And if you have 10 columns, so 70 lines is going to be occupied in your main program. So you prefer, this is going to be in a different subroutine, you can have it. Okay, and column position, so this is the first column. And what is the first field? I'm going to keep it in my ALV, the first column. Field name equal to MATNR. So make sure the name which you are giving is the same in your internal table which holds the data. Okay, that is very important. So here I use just a Mara, so I know all the standard fields I just copied, so that's why I mentioned MATNR. And what is the internal table name which you have the data? So that is nothing but IT Mara, and here it's case sensitive. Whatever you are giving in the single quotes for your design, ALV design, please keep it in the capital. And then I want output length, so here I need 20, and you can go constant values, you can go text symbols, all depends on your how you're designing it. And then what do I need is selection text, selection, yeah, selection text. I'm good with medium for this. You can go with the text symbols. Here I'm saying it's all hard coded one, material number. Okay, nothing much, this is fine for me. So append, because this is a internal table, so I need to append it. Design and clear it. And here one basic thing would be make sure your internal table, because it's not for ALV, whenever you are using append, your internal table should be cleared or refreshed maybe end of the program or beginning of the program. So, sorry, not means after the function module called, once the scope is done, because this is append, right? So without coming out, if the user is going to execute the report again and again, it's going to be added the same records again and again. Okay, so either you can do this after the function module or you have to do before the function module. Okay, ALV design. So now I'm going to copy this because it's going to be repeat with few changes. Row position is going to be 2. And I want material type MTART, IT Mara, it's going to be not more than 8. And so material type, so you have to adjust these two. If you say material output length is 8, it's going to be covered only till 8 characters. So make sure that one as well. So let me go with 12, or you have to adjust your selection text. So this is the second one, and this is for third field. Material, what is, 1 second. So here is going to be ERSDA. So created date, and the final field is NTGW. Okay, okay, I didn't change this. It's usually happens this kind of issues while copy pasting it. So created on, and it's okay. It's need wait. Okay, that's it. Now there's a small change over here because this is not going to be refer the entire structure. I have my own design over here. So for that I need a field catalog. Okay. So if you are in the beginning stage, if you are not aware of the field, so go to pattern, use grid display, and get the parameter name. It's IT field catalog. Copy this and keep it here. Equal to, so IT ALV design. Let me delete this. Okay, so this is my minimum parameters now. Okay, so I have my own design and I have the data generate the grid display for my design. Activate it and execute it. So here you go. Whatever informations we give, material number, type, created on, net wide, everything is displayed here as per our design. Okay, so now the next part is I'm going to show you a few additional parameters, how we are going to declare it and use it, and how it's reflected in the output. So I'm going to use a zebra. So zebra is going to be a design, just a design of different colors of your output. So that is a work area. So go back. I need design over there. So for that, what you have to do is get into the function model, because the function model always we have the type conflict runtime issue. So make sure you are getting the structures and the declaration part of your parameters very clearly from the import or export tab, and even in the changing and tables tab also. So here I'm going to use a concept called layouts. That is a layouts over here. So this is IS and this is my associated type. So if you double click, you will see the structures. So you have layout main, and layout main has dummy. Okay, I don't want that. Let me go to the next one. So here it has two more. Let's get into that. Yeah, here it is. So this is the field which I'm going to use, and they mention some descriptions for easy understanding. So no hotspot, no headings, stripped pattern, and column separated by space. So these are available only grid, like edit and edit mode. It's applicable for grid only, not for list. Okay, so that's what I mentioned, right? So few things are applicable for grid and list. So changing a name is fine for a training or a learning purpose, but if you use in a real time, better go with Control F6 and download, not download, just use the call the grid display function module and do the changes. Okay, so now I'm going to use zebra. So go back. So I need to declare a work area for this. Okay, take the associated type and declare here. So this is for layout. WA layout type ALV underscore layouts. So it's any naming convention is fine. And then it's a work area, so I don't want to append and all. So like ALV layout zebra. This is going to be a boolean type on and off. Okay, and after this, make sure you clear everything perfectly. So I don't want layouts. So that's it. And here, if you know the name of the parameter, that's well and good. If not, every time you have to call the ALV grid again, even a simple change. Another option is better you get into the function model and copy the parameter. That also will work. So I need ALV layout. That's it. Activate it and execute it. So here you are able to see the change in the layout. It's a zebra kind of layout over here. Okay. So this is the way the parameters are working, and I'm going to use another one called sorting. So for that I need the associated type to declare my internal table. So let's go here, get the associate type for sorting. This is a one. And if you want to see the fields, get into that and see the fields. What are the fields available there? So I need a body of an internal table. So for my IT sort fields type. So as you have a T, so this is a table type, and definitely it has a layout without T as well. So type and remove this T. Okay. Now I'm going to have depends on the created on date. Okay. So here WA sort fields, and name of the field is going to be here. Field name, which field name you want to sort it. I want ERSDA. So this is nothing but the field name which is in your internal table which holds the data. And you want ascending or descending. It's like ascending up, descending down. So let me go with up. Yes, it's a what do you call Boolean type, and then append. So append WA sort fields to IT sort fields and clear this. Mostly you'll get a clear issue if you go with multiple times repeated ones, because a lot of appends are coming. And once this is done, let me clear it. Okay, done. Yes, activate. So this is from ascending order. By default is ascending. I will show you, then I will change to descending, and let's see how it reflects. Execute. Oh, sorry, because I didn't add it in my function module. So what is the name of it? I sort, I believe. Let me go here and take the parameter name instead of calling it again. Okay, IT sort, and it's coming under exporting only. IT sort equal to IT sort fields, and activate it, then execute it. So here it is. You might aware of it ALV list or grid, especially because if it is sort, automatically it sort depends on all the relevant fields, right? It won't repeat the duplicated one. So this is the up, like up, right? Yeah, ascending order, and I'll go with descending. So if it is a descending, you have to use down. Down equal to X. And you can add one more field also, more than one field also, if you want to do a sorting, because it's an internal table. So use the same and use append, it will get 2 records. Execute it. So 94 it started last time. If say sorted through ascending, let's see how it's reflect now. I used descending here. So here you can see start with 2022, so descending. Okay, so this is a way you have to just generate an ALV report with very basic informations, like you have a data and you have some layout, some design, your own design, and some sort fields. Okay, just play around with ALV grid and list with this informations, and we'll see more on the coming videos. Thank you so much for your time, and see you in the next video. Bye.